Hey friends, what's up and welcome back to my channel. It's currently 8:19 in the morning. I'm getting my day going and I'm bringing you along on a day in my life as a full-time reseller. And if you're new here, welcome. My name's Jenna. I'm a full-time clothing seller over on the Poshmark app, and I'm just bringing you along on my journey. And pretty much every day starts with coffee. I think it's funny because before I worked from home, I worked in an office environment and I rarely drank coffee. And as soon as I started working from home, coffee became a big part of my life. So right away, I just turn on the coffee machine and gather my ingredients. I'm on a low carb diet, so I make a pretty heavy coffee in the morning. It's basically my breakfast with collagen peptides, MCT oil, and heavy cream. And then I also take these liquid supplements as well, just to give me some energy and extra electrolytes. I've mentioned it before, but I'm not the biggest morning person. It takes me a while to kind of get going, so I like to enjoy my coffee as I start easing into my workday. I've brought it out into my sunroom, and I just am setting up a nice cozy environment. I have my iPad, and I'm gonna light a candle, get some good vibes going. This is the Marshmallow Fireside Candle from Bath & Body Works. I love this scent. This one and the Anthropologie Volcano Candle are my favorite. So I like to use this time just to start thinking about my day, what I want to accomplish and get done. And I'm here with my little coworker, Macon, and I usually turn on a podcast at this time. And while I love my true crime podcasts, in the morning I like to listen to something motivational. So I have on one of my favorites, The Skinny Confidential. Ed Milet was the guest. It was a great episode. I highly recommend. And now I'm going to start sharing my closet, which is pretty much the first thing that I do every day, is share my Poshmark closet. I have a video about this, but the fastest way I've found to share is on my iPad. I have an iPad Pro, I use an Apple Pencil, and I share my entire closet each day to my followers, and it also boosts your listings and search results. So I definitely think it's something that helps, and it's something that I do just to get my day going, to wake up my Poshmark closet. It's kind of like turning the lights on in a store. And I will say Macon's favorite job of the day is sharing, because he likes to relax with me. Now that I'm done sharing, it's time to head into my office, and I'm not gonna lie, it's cleaner than it usually is because I just so happened to clean it the day before, but I do store a lot of my inventory in here, as well as do a lot of my computer work. So I'm just gonna sit down and get my day going in here. And the first thing I'm gonna do is write out a to-do list. I used to do this on my phone, but lately I've been writing it down on this piece of paper. I got this pad at Home Goods. I'm gonna link something similar that I found on Amazon down below. If you guys need links to anything, let me know, and I'll try and put them in the description box just to help you out with anything you might see in this video. But yeah, I'm writing out what I want to accomplish, and this is my list. So of course, shipping is what I like to do first. I am going to hit up one thrift store today. I want to have an Instagram sale, and then I also want to prep and photograph anything that I buy today at the thrift store. And finally, I want to complete an Instagram post. So it's time to start shipping, and I'm just gathering all the information for my orders from the previous day and today up until this point. And I'm going to print out my shipping labels and get everything ready to take to the post office. Let me know if you guys want to see an updated shipping routine step by step. I'm going to show you guys some in this video, but I can also do one more in depth, so let me know in the comment section. So I'm printing out my labels on a Dymo 4XL label printer. You can also just print on a regular printer and piece of paper. This is just what I use for efficiency. And on the back of the label, I write the exact item that corresponds with the sale. That way I can keep track of everything and make sure that the right label goes on the right box. And then next I type that item into an app called Wunderlist, and I just put the location in my inventory and the name of the item, and I like doing it on the app because I can then sort it in numerical order, and if stuff happens to be in the same number box, I can pull it at the same time. So again, it's just something that helps me to be more efficient. Okay, it's time to pull the items, so I have everything in order on my list, and I'm just going to my inventory bins and going through and pulling the items from the correct numbered bin. I do promise I have an updated inventory storage video coming soon. I've been working on it. I just want to make sure it's really good so that it can help as many people as possible, so it's in progress. But here you see me just pulling my items, and I'm going to show you one up close. So here on the app, we're going to look for bin 60, item 192, pulling out bin number 60, and then each item is individually wrapped with a number on it. That way I know I'm pulling the correct item. So I'm just looking for it now. They're in clear bags, so I know what the item looks like as well. So I kind of have two ways of finding the correct one. Of course, this one's at the very bottom, but there it is. And then the other item I'm going to look for is in bin 72. It's a boutique item, and these I just have labeled by size. Last, I'm pulling a jewelry item from my accessories closet, and I have these organized in a way that I know where everything is, so they're not numbered necessarily. And now that I've pulled everything here, you can see it on the floor, it's time for me to pack it up, and I use these branded poly mailers. I also use some USPS priority mailboxes. You can get those free at the post office, so I kind of do a combo, but I have my label with the item on the back. So I then pull that item, and most of my stuff fits in these poly mailers, so I'm just gonna put that in there and put the shipping label on, and I'll be good to go. If you're new to selling on Poshmark, again, you don't have to use these like branded poly mailers or anything. You can use the free boxes. This is just what I like to do to get my brand out there and be consistent. And here's my pile of packages after shipping. I take them to the post office in a reusable IKEA bag. So I'm just gonna stick everything in there. You'll see my coworker again because shipping is his second favorite job. He wants to make sure I don't forget any packages. Yep, go into the right address. Since I'm leaving the house, I guess I have to change out of my pajamas. and just into leggings and a fleece, something comfortable. It's pouring rain, so I'm procrastinating in my car, doing some self-care, lip gloss, lotion, those kinds of things, waiting for the rain to stop so I can carry my packages in. I know I could schedule a pickup, but I like taking my packages into the post office. I like chatting with my postal workers, and I also have a P.O. box that I check. So for me, I like getting out of the house and taking them in. So that's what I'm doing here. Because the labels are prepaid, you don't have to wait in line or anything like that. I just walk up to the counter. They have a special spot where you can drop off the prepaid postage packages. That's a tongue twister, so that's what I'm doing. I'm stopping in a thrift store very quickly. Like I showed earlier, I just wanted to go into one store, and I didn't get a lot of footage in here, so it's not really a thrift with me, but don't worry, I'm gonna show you a haul as soon as I get home. I stopped and got lunch while I was out. I love the Chick-fil-A Cobb salad. I'm trying to be better about cooking at home, but sometimes I just like to eat on the go. It's low-ish carb. I'm back home, and I'm going to show you what I do with items when I get them home, bring them down to my workroom, and I have an empty rolling rack ready for the items, and I keep all my empty hangers and clips here for pants. So I'm just going to pull everything out and hang it up and then measure my items. So I use my iPad Pro again. I have an app called Good Notes where I basically have a digital notebook to write down measurements. I have a measuring tape, scissors to cut off the tags, and I'll show you what I write down after I write it down, but I'm just putting down today's date so I can keep track. So I'm measuring my items, and I do like to include measurements in my listings. I pre-bag my inventory, as you guys saw earlier, so instead of me having to get out an item and take measurements, I like to go ahead and do it ahead of time and put it in the listings on pretty much everything. So I'm doing my bag. You'll see I'm going to do the scarf and the clothing and everything. And for clothing, I do my measurements while it's hanging. I get a lot of questions about that whenever I show it, but I am doing the same measurements I would do as if you were laying it flat. It's the same seams and everything like that. So as long as you're not pulling the item too tight, you're going to get the same accurate measurement. Here's everything written down in the Good Notes app. I just write down the name or description of the item, the size, and then the measurements that are in an order I know they're in. I also write on the left side the cost of goods. I don't have that on there yet because I don't share it, but that's where I keep it, and I can sync the Good Notes app on my iPhone, and I love it because I can access it from anywhere. Next, I'm going to steam my items. I use a Jiffy J2000 steamer, just turning that on and letting it heat up. And I'm going to go through and steam everything. That way it cleans it and freshens it. This thrift store I went to is super clean. The items are usually in amazing condition. So I didn't have to wash anything I got today, but if I do have to wash it, I usually do that as soon as I get home. But this stuff I just needed to steam and freshen. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick haul of what I picked up today. I didn't get a lot, but I am really happy with what I picked up. I think I got some unique pieces and stuff that's just gonna be a good addition to my Poshmark closet. So first up is this beautiful bag. It's got all of this embroidery on it. It reminds me a lot of this Peruvian artist, Jenny Krause, who makes belts. It's actually made in Nepal. There's a tag in there somewhere. And I've never heard of the brand or anything, but I just picked it up because I thought it was so beautiful and unique, and I really like the shape and the color of it. So we'll see how that does. The next item is this beautiful scarf. I love all the different colors and textures, how it has the metallic woven throughout. And I know it's coming to the end of the winter season, but I definitely thought someone could still use it, or, you know, pick it up for next year. And it also happened to be new with tags. So it's from Anthropologie and it retailed for $48. The brand I had never heard of before. It's Madison 88. So yeah, just a really nice cool scarf. Okay, and on to the clothing. This first item I picked up based purely on style. I love the colors of it, the design, the print, and it's also just a really nice woven material. And I've never heard of this brand. It's a size small, but again, brand doesn't really matter to me with some stuff. I think it's more about style. Has these really cool wooden buttons, and I would almost wear this as like a lightweight shirt jacket over a graphic tee, or even if you tuck it in with a pair of distressed denim cutoffs and a belt. I think that's a really unique look. The next item is a Tory Burch cardigan. This is the older Tory Burch tag. It's a size small, and I picked it up because of the leopard print. Leopard is just super popular still. Looks like it's never been worn. It's in excellent condition, and it has the big logo buttons as well, so I think that should do pretty well. I don't always pick up Tory Burch, but leopard I feel like still goes with the stuff in my closet, and like I said, is pretty trendy. And then the final clothing item I grabbed is this UGG robe. It is super soft. It's a size small, and it's just fleece lined. It's a great neutral color. It has the belt, and this is in excellent condition as well. Looks like it was barely worn. I picked up one pair of shoes and some belts, and the shoes are these Tory Burch leopard print flats. Again, Tory and leopard, but these do have some signs of wear, some spots where the, I think it's calf hair has kind of worn, or where the print has worn off. They are in really good condition on the bottom, just a little bit of wear to the soles, but I still picked them up because honestly, Tory Burch flats, even with the signs of wear, will still sell for a decent amount. These are a size 10.5, so of course they won't go for as much as if they were in excellent condition, but they will still make a good return on my investment. So just depending on condition, I will still pick them up. And the first belt that I picked up because of this buckle. It's got the really cool jaguar on it, and it's just a really nice oversized kind of buckle. It gives me Versace vibes, and it's by Doncaster. It's a women's size large. I believe it's an older style, like a vintage style. It does have a little bit of like wear and tarnishing that I'll just disclose in the listing, but overall a unique belt, and that is always something I'm looking for. The other belt I picked up is this coin embellished chain belt. I've sold some like this in the past, and I think it's perfect for just throwing on over like a dress or something. It's good for festival season, which is coming up, so there's no brand or size or anything. I'll just measure it and try and use as many keywords as I can in the description. That's what I really do with stuff that's not a brand. And then the final belt I picked up, I'm actually going to keep for myself, at least for a little bit. I love the colors on this. It's just a really nice tooled leather belt, and tooled leather always catches my attention. I think it's really popular, and I like how this one has the painted accents. I think it'll go well with some turquoise jewelry I have. So yeah, this is going in my personal closet for a little bit, and then who knows, eventually I'll probably sell it. So the plan now is just to photograph this stuff. I use a clear hanger from the Container Store on my wall. I just have a command hook. Ignore the spot where I had an old command hook that fell. But yeah, I'm gonna just take pictures of that stuff, and I'm gonna get it ready to list tomorrow when this video goes up. So if I show a haul in a YouTube video, I usually like to list the stuff the same day. So even though I'm gonna photograph it now and it's gonna be ready to list, I'm gonna wait and list it tomorrow. And this is where I take my pictures, and I cannot make this up. I just had a major incident with my lights. I don't know what happened, but one of the little poles over here that holds the softbox around the light somehow popped off. So it's supposed to look like this. I have 2 of them, and I'm not going to deal with that now. I'm just going to go ahead and take the pictures as is because the light's still working. It's just the softbox part that is messed up. So whoops, that just happened. So I just steamed and prepped this rack, which is some other items that I thrifted over the last week, and I have ready to go for an Instagram sale. So recently, like over the past week, I've been doing Instagram sales sporadically, where I basically offer my followers the chance to buy items before I list them on Poshmark. So I've been sharing, say for instance, this is an Anthropologie pajama set, size extra large. I'll offer this in my Instagram stories for a discounted price that includes shipping, and I sell it through PayPal before I decide to list on Poshmark. So anything that doesn't sell on Instagram goes onto Poshmark. Now I am still listing stuff on Poshmark first, so I'm just testing out a different avenue of selling and kind of expanding from there. So if you're not following me on Instagram, definitely check it out. It's EMPTYHANGER, always linked in the description box. But if you like shopping, if you like my style, follow me on there because like I said, I'm gonna be posting in my stories a sale probably 2-ish times a week. It really just depends. So yeah, I'm getting ready to go through all of these items now. Like I even have a Patagonia, I have a Lululemon, so really good stuff. Okay, I feel like I'm just sitting down for the first time all day. It's actually only 2:30 right now. I feel like I've been pretty productive. I've gotten a lot of stuff on my list done. I just showed you what I'm going to be doing for my Instagram story sale. I haven't done it yet. I posted a picture of the rack like in my story just to give like a little preview of what I'm going to be doing, and I'm giving that a little bit of time to brew. And then I'm going to do the story sale. So that will probably take me about 30 minutes to do. And then I'll just like spend a lot of time responding to people that are interested, sending invoices, stuff like that. So that's going to take up a good chunk of the rest of my afternoon. And then the other thing I want to do is make an Instagram post, like an in-feed post. And I'm really good at doing stories, or I don't know, I go through phases, but I'm better at doing stories than posts. But this year in 2020, I'm trying to be a little bit more consistent and make actual in-feed posts. So I just pulled up my Instagram and I'm looking at my most recent posts, and a lot of them have clothing or packages. I haven't showed my face in a while, so I feel like I need to do a picture with me in it, and I don't know exactly what yet. I didn't really get ready for the day, so I might need to put a little bit of makeup on. Maybe I'll model something that I got today and show like a preview of an item I'm going to be listing tomorrow. So I don't really know yet. I probably won't show myself like taking the photo because really it's just me and self-timer, the Bluetooth remote, whatever it may be. I take pretty much all my own pictures unless I happen to be with someone and I can convince them to take a photo for me. But today, since I'm home, I'm just going to do it myself, and we'll see what I come up with. And if you go check out Instagram, EMPTYHANGER, you can see what I came up with if you want. But yeah, that's something I'm definitely working on. Like I said, I'm not really good about scheduling stuff as far as content goes, but I just do it kind of in the moment, and that works for me. I don't like doing really long captions, so if I think of something while I'm out and about, I'll write it in my phone and save it for later. But I usually just do something quick because, like, me personally, I don't read captions on Instagram. I usually just look at photos, so I just post, I guess, how I consume content. So yeah, that's a little bit into my thought process behind that. And then after that, after doing my post and my story sale, responding to people, I'll probably just check emails, maybe respond to more comments and DMs. I honestly have not looked at Instagram at all today or checked my email, so that's probably why I've been productive, is I haven't really been on my phone much. So I need to do that later. I'll probably share one more time just while I'm watching TV tonight. But I think I should get most of my work done by 5 o'clock, which is crazy. Honestly, it just really depends. I got an earlier start today than I typically do, so usually I start my day a little later and then end it a little later, but just today it kind of worked out more, I guess, typical regular hours. But I'll always be on my phone responding to offers and stuff like that, and I'll probably start editing this video. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing just a day in my life, and
every single day is different. I never know what's going to be happening. I mean, typically I do a lot of the same things as far as like, you know, starting my day with coffee and sharing. I do shipping, I go to the post office, but there's just other things that kind of pop up. And if you want to see more day in the life, definitely let me know in the comment section below, or you can give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to my channel already. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.